How's it going, friends? Welcome back to another 76 video guide, and today we're going to be going over everything you need to know about the new Blue Ridge Caravan events, as well as how to get the V63 Carbine. So some things that we're going to be going over today is how to start the caravans, as well as some tips and tricks on the caravans itself, how to hire the NPC vendors, as well as how to upgrade them, show you guys how to get the large, medium, and small supplies for the repeated runs, what each of the tier 1 versions of the NPC vendors do, as well as how to start the V63 Carbine questline. Now for the Vault 63 questline, I do recommend doing the Vault 63 main storyline because it does require some of the key cards to access some of the doors, so then you can then complete the questline itself and get the blueprint. As always, there's going to be timestamps below, but let's get right to it. Now for the questline, you just want to head on over to the Stony Man Lookout in the Skyline Valley region, and if it doesn't show up, just fast travel to a location near or in the area and it should start. Pick up the holotape, listen to the holotape, grab the supplies, and go to the new location for the caravans. Now once you finish the dialogue with Marley, you'll be given your very first caravan task, and it's pretty straightforward. Think of it like a free range event but shorter. Now, a couple things that I recommend bringing to this event, especially if you're going to be running solo, is some kind of fire weapon that uses the friendly fire perk card or a medic's weapon, because you will be able to heal the Brahmin with those required items. Now, like I said earlier, it is kind of like the free range event. You do have to defend the Brahmin, but one of the biggest differences in this is that you can hurry the Brahmin as much as you want up until the defending stages. There are 3 defending stages, one near the beginning, one in the middle, and one at the end. Now, one of the biggest questions about this is, can you run the caravans as many times as you'd like? And the answer to that question is yes. As long as you have enough caps for it, you can run it as many times as you'd like. Now, there is a restriction. If there are 3 caravans active already, it will not allow you to run another one. And to show you guys, we're going to go ahead and talk to Marley. We're going to see if we can start another caravan. And when we select it, we will be given this option, where can I find them, and best be on my way then. This basically means that we are not allowed to start it. So we're going to go ahead and wait for one of those caravans to finish, and then we'll see if we can start another one. Alright, looks like one of them has been completed. Let's go ahead and talk to Marley and see if she'll let us start another caravan. So now that one is finished, and we go to the options, we are given the option to start a caravan. Now, funny enough, I took too long to start it, and someone beat me to the punch, and I was unable to actually start the caravan. So you gotta be quick, there's gonna be a lot of people running it. But just to show you guys, we're gonna open up the map real fast, and there you go. There is the 3rd caravan, and I was beat, unfortunately. Now once you've completed your first caravan, you'll get 10 supplies. Afterwards, you'll be able to head back to Marley and gather 100 supplies after completing your very first mission. Now, what do I spend my supplies on, and what merchant should I get? Well, for starters, you want to make sure that you use your 100 supplies to get the Brahmin Tamer. The reason why is that you want to purchase your first vendor as soon as you possibly can, because it will unlock the options of being able to select a large and medium supply run for your caravans. And just to show you guys, we're going to go ahead and try and start another caravan. And here is the option that we have: start caravan, I'm ready for work. If I start this, it's going to give me a small run. You see that it's been selected, and I started up a caravan. Now let's go ahead and grab the Brahmin Tamer. It'll cost 100 supplies like I said earlier, and you'll be able to gain access to more options for your caravans. And just to show, here we are, we're going to go ahead and open up Marley, and then we're going to select the I'm ready to run a caravan, and look at that. We have large shipment, medium-sized shipment, and small. Now what are the differences between those? So the small shipment will give you 10 supplies, the medium shipment will give you 25 supplies, and the large shipment will give you 50. Now, as you can see, the large supply cost $11.96. It averages around 1100, and same with the medium. For $3.96, it'll be around 300. Now, if you want more bang for your buck, save a little bit of caps, but do a little bit more work, I recommend running the medium-sized shipments. For the price of 2 mediums, you'll get the same amount of supplies for the price of 1 large. But if you got the caps and willing to spend it, go for the large. Now lastly, is it worth helping out other players for supplies? If it's strictly for supplies, only the large. Because as far as I've seen, it's only 10% of the supplies that you'll get as a participant compared to the leader. So leaders will get the full amount of supplies, and Anyone else who's helping will get 10%. Now let's go over what the vendors do. This is Josie. She is the Brahmin Tamer. She gives you the option to name your Brahmin, as well as give your Brahmin some kind of buff. The buffs do require supplies and they range from 25 to 500. Now, unfortunately, you can only have one buff active at a time, but the buffs are permanent as far as I'm aware. Up next, we have Axel the Decorator. Now, he will decorate your caravan tunnel for the low cost of 40 supplies. Unfortunately, he only has two options currently, which is the default Blue Ridge, as well as the military design. Now, is it worth getting and spending the supplies for this guy? Yeah, I mean, might as well have all the NPC vendors, and I am very curious to see what he has as a rank 2. But that's all he has, and that's all he can do as a tier 1 for the time being. Up next, we have the Import Goods Merchant. Now, Anique, I think her name is located here in the Antiques shop in the back. When you enter, you go to the right and just follow it, and there'll be a door on the right as well. She sells a bunch of camp plans, and all of these are actually very nice. And one of the main ones that I would definitely recommend getting is the Park Ranger Supply Box. It is a stash box that hangs on your wall, and it's a small little box, and it looks very nice. Last but not least, we have Theodore, the Ammo Merchant. Theodore does sell a variety of different kinds of ammo, as well as the plans for the V63 laser carbine. Now, unfortunately, you will not have access to this unless you complete the questline like I mentioned earlier, by getting him to rank 2. Now you may be wondering, how do I get to rank 2? Well, let me show you. Now, in order to upgrade your merchants, you'll need to have a certain amount of supplies in your inventory. And if you want to upgrade the ammo merchant, Theodore, you'll need 250 supplies. Now, if you don't have enough supplies to even show the options, it will not be there. So as you can see, Theodore's option is not there. But now we're back with a little bit more supplies. And if we go back into her dialogue and check the upgrades, we will then see the upgrades for not only Theodore, but also the other merchant. And by other merchant, I mean Anique. But since we're after the carbine, we're going to upgrade Theodore and head back to him and see if we can start the quest line. So once we're here, we're going to go ahead and interact and select the first option. So you want to talk about the Vault Tech yet. Once you go through all his dialogue, the quest line will start and you will see it pop up on the top right of the screen. Unfortunately, I forgot to close the dialog boxes so you can see the, pop up in the middle. But yeah, and there you go. That's how you start the unconventional weaponry for the V63 Carbine. But that about covers it, guys. Hopefully I covered everything. If I missed something, please let me know in the comments. And I'd also like to know how you guys are enjoying the caravans. For me personally, I've been having a lot of fun with it. Although it is a bit of a grind and it's kind of expensive, it's definitely fun. But other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. As always, thank you so much for watching. Happy hunting, good luck, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.